Have you ever cared about others' lives so much and later regretted it? Most people don't have a backbone. They just want to fit everyone's expectations. They cannot stand strongly and can't say no to others. In life, we care about others too much, neglecting ourselves. If you always care too much about others and try to please them, you are just destroying your life by your own hand. You should stop it right now. In this video, I will tell you 6 lessons on how to stop caring about others so much. Lesson 1. Don't worry so much about other people's opinions. Focusing too much on what they think is a sure way to be unhappy. It's a problem you create for yourself. You'll live a life designed by them, not you, and that leads to sadness, not joy. Psychologically, this fixation on others' views comes from our desire to be accepted, but this desire can become harmful. You begin changing who you are to fit in, and you lose sight of yourself. Wanting to belong is natural, but so is being unique. Don't let others' opinions erase your true self. Don't let other people's views dictate your life. Make decisions that bring you joy, not just decisions that please others. Be courageous and be true to yourself. Your life should reflect who you are, not who others want you to be. You are in charge of your own happiness, so don't worry about what others think. Lesson 2. Refuse requests from people who exhaust you. Always agreeing to help others, particularly those who sap your energy, is a surefire way to ruin your life. It will make you wary, upset, and miserable. It's natural to want to assist others and be accepted, but this can lead to saying yes too often. When you do this, you're teaching people to exploit you. They see you as someone they can easily use because you never refuse them. By always agreeing, you're prioritizing their needs over your own. You must establish firm limits. Imagine building a fence to safeguard your energy and time. If someone's request makes you uncomfortable, simply decline. A lengthy explanation isn't necessary. Your time and energy are valuable, and you have every right to protect them. Remember this. Each time you refuse a tiring or exhausting demand, you're agreeing to something valuable. This can impact your health, your aims, and your calmness. It's about regaining command and deciding where to put your effort. Lesson 3. Escape outside pressures. Basing your life on what others want from you is like being trapped. It might feel secure, but it stops you from soaring. Life is about your own trip, not following someone else's directions. Studies of the human mind show we're built to look for acceptance and belong. This comes from a long time ago when being part of a group meant staying alive. But now, this can have the opposite effect and hurt you. You could end up living a life planned by others, losing what makes you special, and even worse, your joy. Therefore, begin by realizing your life is yours to control. Think again about the pressures from relatives, pals, or the community. They shouldn't control your direction. Start challenging these pressures. Ask yourself, do I truly desire this, or am I simply attempting to make others happy? Remember, it's your story to write. Every time you make a choice based on your own desires, you take back a piece of your freedom. It's like taking a step towards a life where you're the captain, not just a passenger. Breaking free from external expectations isn't easy, but it's worth it. You start to live authentically, and that's where true fulfillment lies. Lesson 4. Take full responsibility for your life. If you always find yourself pointing the finger at other people or situations for your current position in life, you aren't running your own life. Think of your life like a big boat, and instead of steering it yourself, you're letting someone else do it. That's not a good way to travel through life. You should be the one in charge of your own journey. It's normal for people to want to put the blame on others. It's often simpler, from a mental standpoint, to accuse someone else than to admit our own flaws. However, when you blame someone else, you're giving them your ability to improve things. It's similar to sitting in a vehicle and griping about where it's going. Even though you hold the key to change the direction, you aren't doing it and are relying on the choices of others. Okay, so this is the main idea. You're the boss of your own life. Life will definitely give you unexpected problems, but how you deal with them is completely your decision. If you mess up, admit it, understand what went wrong, and then keep going. If you run into a tough situation, confront it directly. When you accept complete responsibility, you're basically saying, I'm in control here. It's about understanding that your choices, not your situation, determine your path in life. What you do, not what happens to you, shapes your journey. You're the one making choices and navigating through life's ups and downs. Changing your thinking like this is a big deal. It means you're prepared to take control, make improvements, and progress. It means truly owning your life, not letting excuses and blaming others run the show. Lesson 5. Don't compare yourself with others. Constantly comparing yourself to others is like trying to fit into someone else's shoes. It just doesn't work. You end up walking an uncomfortable path that wasn't meant for you. Psychologically, we have this tendency to measure our worth by looking at others. It's part of our social nature. We see someone else's success and suddenly feel like we're not doing enough. But here's the catch. This comparison game is endless and exhausting. You're setting yourself up for disappointment because there will always be someone who seems to be doing better. So, what should you do? Focus on your own path. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it seems. Everyone's journey is different, and that's okay. It's not about being better than others. It's about being better than you were yesterday. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you start appreciating your own achievements. You start recognizing your own strengths and working on your weaknesses. This is how you grow. It's about competing with yourself, not with others. Remember, life is not a competition with others. It's a personal journey. Embrace your path, and you'll find true satisfaction and joy. Lesson 6. Don't depend on others for your happiness. Relying on others for your happiness is like building your house on sand. It's unstable and risky. Your happiness should be built on the solid ground of your own self, worth, and achievements. We often fall into this trap because of our social nature. Psychologically, we're wired to seek connections and approval. While connections are important, over-reliance on them for happiness is a slippery slope. It leads to a situation where your mood and self-esteem are constantly in the hands of others. So, start by understanding that you are the source of your happiness. Sure, others can add to it, but they shouldn't be the foundation. Find joy in your hobbies, your goals, and your personal growth. Celebrate your own successes and learn to enjoy your own company. When you stop depending on others for your happiness, you gain a sense of freedom and stability. You're no longer at the mercy of others' actions or moods. Instead, you create your own happiness independent of external circumstances. Remember, your happiness is your responsibility. It's something you cultivate from within. It's not something handed to you by others. With this mindset, you become more resilient and content. Now, don't just watch self-improvement videos. It is time to take action and give a promise drop that promise in the comment section below. Say it loud and clear. I will change my life right now. No more delays. I'm taking control of my life. And I'm going to be the best version of myself. I will feature the best inspiring comment in our channel, along with your name. And if you want daily dose of unfiltered and uncensored words of wisdom, hit the subscribe button.